You can. Hello. How is everybody? My camera is crooked because my cat just decided to visit and knock it down. So there we are. We are back together. Hello, nice to see everybody. I saw Jim early as well as Linda. Hello. Lala is here, as is ECR and Croctopus, which I think this is the best handle ever. So I like that. Noctopus. I like it. It's like not an octopus. And Laurie, good to see you as well. And everybody saying hi to each other. We did get some happy mail, and one this one is actually from Cece. It's the prize for her tag swap that she did over in Lynn's group that I somehow won. But I hope everybody is well. Good to see you, Bone Tired Travelers, as well. What else? Oh yeah, it's gonna be stupid cold in Wisconsin for like the next 10 days or so. So I hope where you are it's nice and warm. I know some of you are in the Southlands and not in places where I think we're gonna have like tomorrow's not that cold. I mean tomorrow's like 0 in the morning, but it's gonna be super windy. So obviously there's a wind chill. But I think next weekend is supposed to be just stupid cold. So there's that. Hey Shanna, good to see you. Shanna is playing with some sort of royal something collection. We'll redirect at the top of the hour, but that sounds interesting because I had not heard of it. What else is worth mentioning? I don't see our friend Brian here, but I think Scrappy Tales is doing a release sometime soon because they've been doing sneak peek live streams. Anyway, let's take a look at this. This is from my friend Andrea, who has the same last name as a coworker. So I thought it was from my coworker, but I think it's probably a swap card. Or not. Been on. If it's a memory dex, it's definitely a no swap. If it's not a memory dex, it is not. And it is just a cute best wishes card with really cool washi. No, I think that's designer paper or pattern paper. It has a little like dinosaurs. It looks like almost on it, or could be something else. They might be insects as well, but very cool. This is really cute too. And oh, from Andrea, Function of Light 1. Very cool. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate it. I always forget what your name is and just call you Flo everywhere. Other people do that too, so I don't think I'm the only one. Let me see what I'm missing. If Monday is a holiday, oh yeah, are we mailing things? Oh, ECR saying she's mailing my things that I won in her birthday bash. Yeah, no, I do have the nice thing about tomorrow is it's a holiday, and I was going to do stuff, but I haven't decided if I still want to do stuff with it being like 20-degree wind chills. Usually I try to not be doing stuff outside when the Mother Nature is trying to kill us all. This is a fun little care package from Shanna, who I had talked about. I was in the market for some stitched layering dies, and she had mentioned she was trying to destash some. So that, I believe, is what this is. And sure I don't leave anything there. And we will see. Yes, these are these funky labels, which look like that. I will make sheet these up. And then these are some really nice. These are like they've got a stitch line, but then have sort of like this. It's not quite deckled. It's like a scalloped edge almost, but it's a little longier than that. And I have, I think, circles. No, these are the circles. I might have squares or something in that one, but very cool. And then I love a tag. And then we have these rounded ones. So these are very cool. Thank you, Shanna. And I love that. This is a thing Cat Scrappiness does that I like. They use the same detail on all their layering things, mostly, so that it's easy to mix and match them. This one I really like. I don't have anything like this. I don't think I have anything like the label either, which I like. Surprised you destashed this. Like, this is one I would use a ton because I think these, like, especially like this size where it's kind of a nice focal point. Very cool. And then this prize package I know nothing about, so we will see. CC was running a swap in Lynn or LV Handcrafted's group. Sorry, not a swap. They do a monthly contest. Hopefully I'm not cutting into anything. I don't think so. Good. It's hard when people are avid users of tape, if you're actually cutting into something you shouldn't be. Anyway, they do a monthly contest, so if you enjoy stuff like that, let's see what we got. There's a card. Ooh, Newton's Nook. Hello. Oh, look, it's a cute little sloth in a coffee cup. No, it's not. Is it a sloth? No, I think it's a bird. No, it's a sloth. It's got little claw things. A very cool a card for me. We will see. Whoops. You will see what this is. My favorite color is rainbow. Oh, I like that. And this is embossed, I think. Yeah, this is embossed. I don't know how one embosses rainbows. Maybe this is ink blended on a stamp, and then it may be clear embossed over the top, but that is cool. Fitting for Craft Roulette this week, which if you weren't following along with let me catch up on the chat because you guys are talking about Happy Mail, and everybody is saying, my money is saying hello to everybody. Oh, thanks for mentioning the like button. Yeah, Martin Luther King Day. I think there's actually a story that Lala would appreciate this. This might be sort of a rabbit hole, but he was named Martin Luther after the Reformation Martin Luther because his father really liked some of Martin Luther's writings. Anyway, that may or may not be true. The Bears and the Rams. Yep. Okay, everybody is saying hello. It's a paid holiday. Yeah, it is a paid holiday for me as well. We added it, our work added it as a paid holiday 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So that'll be nice. And then we have our sloth. And then this is really cool. I don't think I have any new embossing folders. This might be a cut and emboss. Let's see what it does. No, it's a Geometric 3D that does that fancy thing. But that looks cool. I'll have to play with that sometime soon. Thank you, Cece. What a fun prize package. And unexpected. I rarely win anything in random draws, but Craft Roulette. I brought stuff to make 2 cards. This is kind of my second card idea because, so it's a card on a card is the parameter, the project. Unicorn Farm are the colors, and what am I spacing on? Light or lights is the element, and label is the random. Anyway, so I was thinking I could use this as sort of a focal point of a mini card. I have to still figure out what to do with label. I think somewhere I pulled a half a sheet that has some sentiments, or we could actually do something else. But this is sort of my number 2 card if we get done quickly. And I thought we could utilize some of the back of this has some cool stuff, but I thought this would be really cool if we utilize some of Blossom's hand dyed paper as well, because I think you could do sort of a flat card with this on top. Anyway, I thought since light was appropriate and we have some fans of the yellows, that the sun would be a really good way to do sort of a similar card, like just do a flat card and then put a mini card on it. So this one has some big things we could use that I don't think I'm going to use, but in addition to all the suns, it's also got some stuff we can make labels out of. I'm thinking fun in the sun makes the most sense. But then we'd still have to figure out some sort of, we may pull in some other paper with that. But I thought we would work on that one first because, and it seemed like these are my 2 favorite yellows, but I think we definitely want to go with like sunshine yellow because we can pretend it's like not in the middle of winter. Oh, awesome. Welcome. I have quite a few friends in Australia. Actually, my best friend from high school is from what I would pronounce as Melbourne, which I believe it's Melbourne, if you are correctly pronouncing it as an actual Australian person. But interestingly, she's worked for many years. She flies between Australia and the West Coast pretty frequently, so it's kind of interesting. But welcome. I probably need a paper cutter because that would be a good idea. So let's make the flat part first and then figure out what we want to do with our mini card because I haven't decided what size I want it. But I think I'll make the base in A2 or the flat card part in A2 because that would be easy, pretty easy to cut. And let's cut this a little long because actually one of these corners is a little messed up. Let's just do this the other way because we can. But I don't know. It's interesting. Linux was here and then disappeared right before I started streaming. But I started a class on Saturdays on Zoom, so he's just annoyed with me every day for not paying enough attention to him. Let's grab some white. What's another white? Nope, I still have some. I'm almost in need of, well, not really out of it, but like in need of replenishing my white. Oh, and I think we have to use wet glue yeah, because I neglected to refill my tape runner. And that's really boring to watch someone do live. I think we'll do that and then flip it over and then put some pattern paper on the other side as kind of our base. I feel very la-la. We're potentially working on 2 cards at once, but we'll see how we do. Folder. It is. It does geometric, which I really like. And that one of my goals for 2026 was to actually like use my embossing folders because I have a bunch and I always really like how embossing folders look when they're used on things. Because they just add a lot of, I mean, they add a lot of detail. They add a lot of like visual texture, you know, in detail without like having to do a whole bunch. And I want my sunny paper. Where do I put my sunny paper? Here it is. And we could do, can look at, let's look at our, we could do something a little more contrasty here too. I'm curious because I have that this paper pad that has a whole bunch of neat other things that might be good on the card. Because it has a lot of like neat floral textures, which are textures is the wrong word here. Floral patterns, which are kind of neat. I think this is going to be like a card that's not for anything specific, but we shall see where it goes. Yeah, so this is going to basically be like our flat card. It'd be very springy and pastel. We could also not use this, not use the cut aparts, but we could look at some of our spring paper to see what else we could bring in. This is a very, I don't know if it's basically all monochromatic now, so we could probably, something that would contrast with all the yellow would probably work well. That could be our little mini card. Yeah, ironically, he wasn't like 10 minutes ago. Where is he? Oh, he's sitting on his cat tree. I don't know. I'm surprised. It's so cold. I don't know why they're not. Hey, Blossom. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm surprised that he's not upstairs. Now, this one's got a bunch of cool things we could use as a cut apart on here. I kind of like, this is off-white, but I do like the, flamingo a lot. This C is pretty cool as well. Let's see if we have other, these are duplicates. We have just some really bold stuff that I think would work nicely. Although it doesn't really have yellow, so I do like this. The more I discover beautiful things, quote. Which in theory we could cut out with one of those label dies we were just looking at, I bet. And potentially use one of those dies to make a mini card. That's a good idea. Let's look at the dies we were just looking at. I like that sentiment a lot. And if the mini card is a label, that kind of takes care of that. But this was the one I was thinking of. See if I can figure out how to open this without making a colossal mess. How would you put these at? So this one would definitely work, but then there would be not much extra space, and there's a lot of extra space. I would like that to have less extra space. But if we want to do like an inset, we could use that. Let's just get that. But this, I like this would actually crop really nicely. Oh, I like that. In the corner here matches the corner there. And we could, how would that look on that card? We could use a bigger one and use less of the sunshine, but I kind of want the sunshine to remain. And there is some yellow in here. Yeah, I think using this as a mini card and then just cutting, using some of our, some other color to cut it works pretty well. So let me chippity chop that up. It is. This is the Born to be Artsy, I think, is a collection. It's a Graphic 45 collection that's old at this point. So I really like it. It's one of my favorite ones they've ever done. So if you see it, feel free to buy it. Because I think it's pretty cool. And the back here is more or less plain, so I'm not like that mad about it. I just want to make sure I don't cut. That should be fine. Oh, and my camera died. Un momento. It wouldn't be a live stream if the camera didn't decide to be dramatic. Where are you going to pop up? Or I could just replace the camera. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Although I like the camera, I just don't like the occasional times it freaks out about things. But that's okay. Because I thought it was overheating, but it appears to not be that. It seems to just be that the software crashes every so often, which I guess might be me or might be my computer too. And I slightly messed this up, so I think we may. I don't hate that this doesn't. Let me see if I have another. Okay, that was a single. But we could use the label. We could still use the label and just cut this smaller, I think. So let's do that. Like we could still use the label, and then we could cut this so that it could sort of inset. I think that would work really nicely. Because then all we really need to do is do a straight cut here, and then do that, and then we can still use this to make a mini card. So let's do that. Because I don't really want to cut into another piece of that paper if I don't have to. And I think all we have to do is fold this in half, and we'll be pretty good to go. I probably should figure. I think this is just a full sheet, so it would be 4 1/4 for the scoring. And basically, I want to figure out where my cut line is. We can decide if we want the dashes or not. But I think we can also just do this. Basically, I just want to do this and figure out where I put my mint tape. And then we can just run this through and basically make our mini card using this label. But if you were smarter than me, you would have done this whole process after you got your other piece cut out. But hey, I will be back in a second. Amuse yourselves while I. This is my optional other one because I haven't used this, and it's the it's basically just a full front die. And what are we doing? We're doing this the wrong way. But I do want to make sure. Whenever I do this, I always try and check. So I do like that you can actually tell on this stack. I do like it. I do like still like my electronic cutting machine or my there we go. Oh, that cut perfectly. Nice. I'm loving the Gemini for die cutting just because you don't really have to ever run anything through multiple times. Now they say that, I'm sure the next time it will be difficult, but put that with our other labels. But you can see because we did this double layer, we actually get the stitch detail on the inside and this piece. So I think this is going to look really cool, I think. We just need to cut down our other piece. This should be mostly together. Hello, cat cards. Welcome. See what else I should catch up on. We could also look at see if I have a nice square die we could mix and match. Although we could also just, I'm thinking we could just, that's the wrong piece. This is the right piece. But I think this whole quote is going to fit on. So let's just cut this down and see where we get with it. And then go from there. I think that's about decent spacing. At least get us close. We definitely want to take some more off the top, I think. So I think we want this to kind of set in here. So let's see if we cut this tight on the top and the bottom, how we'll do. So we are definitely going to, this is pretty good. We're just going to probably have to cut it pretty, well, I think we can take off another sliver on this side, but then we're going to have to take off a pretty good chunk on the other side. Well, that's pretty close. I think that's pretty close. Let's see. Yeah, I would like to take off. I don't know. I think I'll just lose my stitch detail, but like keep it like this because this is almost exactly the right size. It's a little wonky, but I think that'll work. Because on the back, it'll still be flat. And we'll still maintain our sort of label details. So like when we get it all together, I think it'll look kind of like that. Yeah. And then it'll look like we intended it, which I like. I'm not sure how I feel about the yellow here. I don't mind it. I think it'll maintain. I like that it maintains enough of the label. So I think that'll work out. The colors are amazing. Oh, we can pop it up. Yeah, so we popped up. I think I like the idea of popping up the whole card at the little mini card because then it would be like that, which I think would sort of set it apart. The other option is we could pop up the top piece. Yeah, I like the top piece flat and the card popped up. So let's do that. The good news is it should be pretty easy to glue in the right way. I haven't glued a card upside down in a while, but on a live stream would be the probably the time we would do it. There we go. And then we just have to locate where our foam is. But I like the idea of popping that up. That's a good idea, Joe. Oh, here it is. We have. Well, this foam is a little mangled, so we'll get rid of that. But I think the rest of this should be pretty easy to guess we probably want to really support it at the top. And we can take a look at this before I take off the release paper, just to make sure that we think it's going to work out. And I think I can just get away with one in the middle. Then we can just cut this piece off and just stick it somewhere like that. Oh, I do like that. That looks better. Good call, Jim. It looks very quirky, and I like that. What did I miss? What are we up to? The colors are amazing. Oh, you're watching. Oh, you're talking about other things. Oh, he's talking about seeing the Monet, which is fantastic. If you haven't seen Monets in real life, they're really huge. So it's kind of interesting. Because like before seeing them in real life, I had only seen them in print reproductions, which are not huge. I mean, 20 years. Last time we visited Maxfield Parade. Oh, cool. They must have museums in Ohio. There we go. We have our card on a card. We have our label. We have our sun, and our unicorn colors are highly interpreted. Well, I don't know. We have oranges and yellows and teals. That could be a unicorn that's not particularly rainbowy. But I like that. I think that's fun. I really like these labels. So let's do another one. I'm thinking. I think we have time. Yeah, we've only been streaming for half an hour. So let's work on the other idea. I'm just gonna grab. I wanted to try decal trimming this. And this is Biddy Penny's Easter collection that I think still exists. But I'm going to cut off all the Easter specific stuff because I just really wanted the kids in the sun. And I really like this paper. But if you don't like, sorry if you don't like guillotine trimmer noises. And I don't think we need as much of this side bit. Yeah, I think that's good. So I thought that would look super cool with some vintage paper. But we'll have to figure out what size. This is going to be a very weird size mini card, though. But that's fine. And the card itself, it may or may not be an A2 because I don't think we need one. You could almost just do like a mini slimline or something super weird. I do too, Blossom. It's really neat. Oh, are we being... Oh, that's weird. My camera seems to be working, but also not working at the same time. It must be one of those days. It's very bizarre because on my other monitor, my camera is working correctly. Let's try this again. There we go. Now I'm upside down. Now I'm right side up. Hooray. And I think now we're back. At least for the moment. I probably could let it sleep. I don't have a fan running on it because it's really cold here, but I did do that in the past, and I think it might have helped. Ooh. Oh no, craft avalanche. But I found the paper I needed, so there's that. Let's put our trimmer back. Put that back. Okay. So this is going to be kind of a something by 4. So we could actually make this like a mini joyfold, I think. Let's see. Hi, Ann. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I want it to be side fold, but I think let's do 5 and whatever that would be. 5 by, it wouldn't be 3 3/4, I think. Sorry, 4 3/4, because I took a, well, that is not correct. Let me fold this, and then we will cut it down once we see what this looks like. And 4 1/4, yeah. Because this is shorter, but it's still the same height. But I think I want... This is 5. I think I want to lose about an inch. Let's do... Let's take it to 3. No, let's do 3.5 and see how I like that. I can always take more off. Whoop. That's a little fuzzy. Let me grab my guillotine and just retrim that a little bit. Because I would prefer to not have a fuzzy card edge. There we are. Better. My thought is this could be a normal card, and then this one could like fold down and have a surprise. Actually, this has some pretty nice paper on the bottom already. So let's make a... I still want to kind of make another mini card for it, though. Just because I can. This was 4 by 2.5. So that's 4 by 5. Folded in half, I think. Because they go through a lot of paper for some reason. I think we said 4. Oop. That didn't fit very well. There we are. I may need a new blade. That would be 2.5. I think that's our itty bitty card. Actually, I think I just want to take a little off the bottom and the top of this so it fits a little better. I didn't want to like cut the little girl's head off, but there's also not much overly interesting going on the bottom of this. Oh, there goes Lennox. Okay, that looks better. So I think I want to do that. And then we were just going, I think I'm going to, I think I'm just going to leave this as like a mini card with, yeah. I think I'm just going to leave these both the same way, but I do want to see if we can't get some fun paper for this one. We had that leftover city paper, but I also saw a couple other bits. You can take a little sneaky peek. This is our city paper, which would actually be kind of cool if you use the more abstract part for this. There was also this really cool. Ooh, I do like that. Let's look at this one. This is not Blossom. I mean, it is from Blossom, but this is I think from the Not Too Shabby Grunge release. But I think this would work really nicely. Yeah, I think that'll look kind of fun. Yay. And we can hoard our cool paper. Double-sided pattern paper dilemma. I was immobilized. Yeah, it is tricky, isn't it? Because whatever you have on one side, you're kind of like, well, I don't know if I'll need that in the future. There we go. So what size is this? So I want 4 3/4 by 3 1/4, I think. Let's do 3 1/4 this way because I really like the darker parts of this pattern. I think I said 4 3/4. Yeah, so that gives us like, oh yeah, that works out. Hooray. And the back of this is really cool. But yes, Law is correct. The dilemma is, with the double-sided paper, the dilemma is, which side are you going to lose? Or which side do you want to keep, I guess? Hi, Christopher. How are you? Grunge birthday party. Okay. See, Blossom has a encyclopedia knowledge of. Oh, that's going to look really neat. And then we have this inside. I'm not going to put anything there, I don't think. But the inside, you could absolutely put sort of a secondary sentiment on. That's probably what I would do. You know, you could, once you figure out what you're going to use this card for, you could decorate that. Or you could put in, or you could basically put on in like just a white mat too, if you wanted to, you know, if you, or you could put like any, like a die cut sentiment. It will look really cool here. So I think we'll do that. And I like this as sort of a fun little, you know, strange card size. And we can, if we want to, we could put a white or cream colored mat in here. So I think I'll leave this as is just for now, and we can, until I know what I'm going to send it for. So this is the second card, and this is the first card. I do like this popped up. That's really cool. That's a really cool use of this. And I like this quote a lot. And then you have a place. Again, I think I would probably, you could either use a You could use the next size down and like mirror this label if you wanted to, or you could just do what we did before and just, measure like whatever the correct size is to put on the inside of this. And then you do have a place to write on the back if you want to, or decorate. You could also do that here. I often like to these are fun to decorate and do like a scene inside of too. And we definitely have plenty of ephemera. So these are the two craft roulette cards for this week. Although I'll have to decide which one I want to submit. And we could actually go back in and do some kind of label on the inside here. But anyway, it is good to see you. I had fun with these. I like these cards on a card a lot. My go-to, except I don't know that I have any close at hand, is I like the Joyfold cards where the little card and the big card will be glued down on the back and then basically unfold. But let me see what Lala said. Oh, what are we looking at? Let's see. Anyway, I don't know that there's anything too special happening this week. Just sort of I think we have a normal week. I think next, not this week, but sometime in the near future, Lala and I are streaming, but I still need to go and figure out the scheduling on that. But yeah, that's what we have for tonight. Shannon will be live in about 12 minutes, or it might go live earlier, but you guys should redirect over there. I will join you in Shanna's chat to see what she is up to. And as always, it's always great to spend time with you guys on Sunday nights. So I hope everybody has a fun day off if they have one tomorrow. And if not, I will talk to you next weekend. Have a great night.